Hi, everybody. So today we're going to talk about organic. What does the term organic mean? Not actually what it means, but what's all incorporated in organic? Because you see organic every place. And does that mean that it's like the best product to buy? So this is what I want to talk about because and the reason this is important to me is because the things that are put on foods and on our lawns and just chemicals in the air and on our farms, what the farms use, those are the very things that ultimately made me sick. So, but it's just one piece to the puzzle. And these same chemicals are in so many other products that we use on a day-to-day basis. So today I'm going to focus on what it means to be USDA organic. Because you'll see organic, you'll see USDA organic, USDA certified. There's all different kinds of labels. But what USDA organic means is that these are the standards for what the United States requires for having it be organic. No other country, no, just here in the United States. So the standards in other countries are going to be different than this, if they even have standards. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I'm going to give I'm going to give some comparison here. USDA requires that they say 5% non-organic material is allowed. Okay? Chemical-free soil for 3 years. That means whatever is being grown on there for 3 years, it has to have had nothing chemical put on it, nothing sprayed on it that doesn't meet with the USDA organic standards. After that, they have to have 3 years of, so after that 3 years of having nothing on it, then they need to have 3 years of growing before it's eligible to meet the standards for USDA, to be able to be called USDA organic. So altogether, weeding is done by hand, approved synthetic and organic substances. So synthetic might not be a bad thing, but it's just something good to be aware of because it might not be a good thing either. I mean, that's what's going on in your food. So yes, even though it's organic, you still need to wash them when you get your produce. Very important to do that. They may use approved synthetics for pests, approved synthetic herbicides, pesticides. Well, herbicides too, synthetic herbicides and pesticides. Okay, so they are using something, they can. They have continual testing of soil only. Only the soil do they continually test. They are allowed to use conventional seeds that are non-GMO. They have 15 volunteers on the approved board staff, and there's no third-party testing required. Now, why am I bringing this up? As I mentioned, because food is a big part of my life. I have to be careful of what I use and where I get it as much as possible. It's like We can't get everything organic, but as much as possible. You have to be reasonable. But the products that I use for my health, to help me maintain my health, aside from food, the products that I use also have to meet a certain standard for me. Now, here is the standard of the company that I use for almost all of my products, most of them. Now compare with the USDA Organic. USDA Organic says 5% non-organic material allowed. My company is 0 pesticides or chemicals are permitted. 0. USDA Organic only needs to be chemical free for 3 years. My company is chemical free soil for 50 years. 50 years before they could even plant that first crop. USDA has to have 3 years of actual growing before, non-chemical growing before they can be eligible to apply. My company has 5 years of growing before being eligible to meet their standards. USDA, weeding is done by hand or approved synthetics and organic substances. My company is weed by hand or by steam, killing the weeds with steam. USDA can use approved synthetics for pests. My company will control pests using essential oils. Continual testing of soil only for USDA. My company is continually testing of water, soil, and air. Water, soil, and air. Because when it rains, it comes down through the air. And what is in your air is going to end up on your plant. And if it's not being rained on, if it's being irrigated, whatever is in that water is going to be soaked up by that plant. So those 3 things, soil, water, and air, are really important for being tested as well. It's not just the soil. It's not all about the soil. USDA, you're allowed to use conventional seeds that are non-GMO. My company is no conventionally grown seeds. None whatsoever. They have 15 volunteers as their approved staff, board staff. 50 trained scientists on the staff for the company that I use. USDA, no third-party testing is required. Third-party testing. Lots of third-party testing. It's like done in triplicate, done at least 3 times throughout the process in triplicate, and multiple tests being done all at that same time. Lots and lots being done. So clearly the company, this is why I choose the company that I choose, which is Young Living. If you didn't already know that, it's Young Living. I mean, I don't highlight my products here very often, but that's what it is. So USDA Organic versus their seed to seal guarantee. From the seeds that they use, to the soil, to the watering, to the air, to the weeding, to having nothing else used on it, and being monitored, like I said, from seed to seal, from seed to the bottle, or whatever product is being used. It makes a difference. Even if it says organic, 5% of non-organic material is allowed. So It isn't always what you think it is. It pays to dig deeper and ask questions. It's just like um, when I was talking about the eggs before. You know, cage free, free range. I mean, you have all these different labels, but until you actually dig deeper into it to figure out what it is and what they actually mean and what's allowed, um, it's very, very easy to fool and make things appear to be something that they really aren't. So again, USDA is only US standards. Seed to Seal goes beyond what those organic requirements are. And it's something that is used worldwide. And it's a standard that's worldwide because all countries have their own standard. It's not necessarily going to match what the US is or what Europe's is or whatever. But Seed to Seal is the same no matter what country the product is harvested in. So that's a little tidbit for today, and I hope you can enjoy the rest of the day.